Something will happen in your life that no one else can identify except someone else that you don't know right now. A lot of times the reason church is so spectacularly wonderful for us and we praise the Lord so much is because Christ has brought us together. I saw all kinds of people from all kinds of nature, cultures, and incomes. One year, I took my daughter down to the American Airlines. It wasn't American Airlines. It's called Reunion Arena one year. Got her up in the morning and drove down, and I needed her to see what was happening. And I took her inside of this building where there were thousands of people who were now homeless. They were six-digit figured people one day. 2 days later, they were completely homeless, living on cots in a basketball stadium because Hurricane Katrina had hit in a place and these people were shipped into our city. And I thought to myself, this is a great time for me to show her what ministry really is and to show her what appreciation is. But most of all, I had the opportunity to show her how some people can walk around with their noses in the air one day and their backs on a cot the next day. And all the people that you said you didn't like, you couldn't stand, you would never be like, people that you thought you would never be able to associate with, who do they think they are? All of a sudden, they're all connected through a crisis. I almost wish that I didn't have to teach this lesson tonight. But God said, you're not going to do the justice message of prosperity unless you warn the children about the crisis. People are not going to ask for your money until you get paid. Give somebody a high five. Give them a high five now. You should have your some sanitizer and you know how to get yourself ready for church in here. You know what we do. They're not going to ask while you're looking for a job. But they will ask you soon, did you get that job? A lot of people never know who's truly on their side and who's not on their side. And this is real important information, especially when it comes to your circle of friends. Listen to almost every word I say tonight, and I will try my best to say it as slow but as fast as possible. Your compliments and your insults will come from the same people. Your compliments and your insults will come from the same people. You have no idea that they're coming, but they're there. They will show up when you least expect them to show up, but your compliments and your insults will come. Why? Because these are people that you've allowed to get close to you. We go through this period in life where we are sometimes isolated. And sometimes technology makes it very easy for us to become isolated because now we can pull ourselves aside. We call ourselves popular because you look at how many people, watch this now, you look at how many people liked what you said that you didn't say. They liked what you said because you saw or heard somebody else write it or put it up there. And now you have a whole lot of private individual friends who are pumping your ego because people are liking what you tweeted, they're liking what you posted, and these people will never ever know you. You like them, they like who you used to hate, but y'all don't know you like each other, and all of a sudden you're in an isolated world called an email or a text message or a Facebook connection. You have a bunch of friends, so much so that you can be a bully with your thumbs, but you can never look a real person in the face. Oh, you kick plenty butt with your thumbs, don't you? Yo, you get right with it, don't you? Now you're arguing with a total stranger and you know you have better manners than that. But you can get cocky with your thumbs when you don't see who you're really fussing with. And all of a sudden, what somebody else says about something you dislike causes you to be completely isolated. And all of a sudden, you've been thrown into something called the market. You got business associates, you got partners, you got acquaintances, but we don't really have any relationships. And most people who don't like you now will be drawn to you through crisis. Now, I want to warn you that being brought together through crisis means that you've had a chance to prosper. You have a chance to prosper. You meet a lot of people in the emergency room at the hospital. You meet a lot of people at the labor delivery room. You have a lot of people that meet at the natal care unit at the labor and delivery, where they have babies that have been born, but these babies have been born with no lungs or half a lung, or heart inverted, or shut down valves, or kidney dysfunctions, or addicted to certain drugs. And so everybody in this room, these people that don't know anything about each other and would on any other given day say, I don't like her, I don't like the way her hair is, she's not in my class, but all of a sudden they're sitting there comforting each other, complimenting each other, and speaking to each other, because now they're all drawn together because of a crisis. They prayed for babies. Lord, help us to get a child. They have a child. Help us, Lord, to have a grandchild. Please, Lord, bless me. I want a niece. I want a nephew. I want a baby of my own. We need another child in our family. We need a boy. We need our first girl. And every one of them prayed, and God answered their prayers. But they weren't prepared for what came on the other end of that blessing. And that's called a crisis. We care for each other, and people that are in your lives that call themselves your friends and your loved ones will be with you when you're on the top of the world. But the question is, will they stand for you? Will they fight for you? And do they believe in you? You made it. You're making it. You're on it. But do they believe in you? Or are they close to you because you were their ticket out? Was someone praying for you to succeed because they knew that your success gave them more hope? We have to have crisis. I wish that I could say that we didn't, but that's not realistic. That's not biblical. In this world, you will have trouble. Jesus said, I came that they might just not have life, not just you saved, but they may have life more abundantly. He wants a whole lot more people to be saved because of you and through you. Please don't get more abundant confused with more cars and more stuff. Now, we understand that part. But he says, ultimately, I want there to be more births in the church. I want there to be more births in Christianity because of you. Now, a lot of us are praying for a lot of stuff, and that's what we get, stuff. But have you really been praying that because of your life, the Lord will add so many more lives? That's what Jesus was talking about. So there are going to be those that will come. In this world, you will have trouble. He said, but be of good cheer. Don't rest on it too much. I've overcome the world, remember. I showed something to the church a few years ago, and it's been a while, and I thought I'd better show it to you tonight. I one time bought a sweater, a very expensive sweater. A sweater cost a lot of money. It was a little sweater that I wore. It cost a lot of money, and it was not really a sweater. I didn't know it was a sweater. It was just a 100% wool blend thing. And I'm the kind of person that, I like to take care of things and my things. I like washing and stuff. I'm real particular. I like cleanliness. I like detail. I like a shower after the shower. I like a shower before the shower. I'm kind of, I don't know what, somebody told me I was OBCK or whatever that is. And I don't know what those letters mean, but they always, every time you're going to be clean, they got a word for you now. Anything about it, you got a letter, so I guess I'm one of those letters. So anyway, I was washing this sweater, and it was my favorite sweater. When I wore a sweater, I was wearing this sweater, put on some clothes, you just feel real good, like this jacket I got on right now. You ever just feel like real good? You just walk. Now, don't get in the flush. It's not flesh when you're laughing, it's flush. Flush, you get rid of it. But no, I'm just teasing. But I know I'm not really teasing. But like sometimes, and so I would put this sweater on, and that sweater you put on, and you walk out, and that sweater is hot, and why people are staring at you. You already know, you don't even stare back. You just walk by, but it's that sweater. So I wore that sweater, and I love that sweater, and then one day I decided I need to wash it. And not just wash it, I wanted to wash it clean. So I took that sweater, I washed that sweater in some hot water. No, because that's how you grow up washing clothes. Some of y'all's parents used to separate the black clothes or the color clothes from the white clothes. We didn't have that much water. And we didn't have that many quarters. When you go to the washateria, you better make it work. So I put all the clothes in there together, all of them. I put that hot water on there, and I took that sweater out, and not only did I take it out, I had to dry it. So I always wash in hot and dry in hot because I don't like damp clothes. And I didn't pay any attention to it, but I put it in the heat, I threw it on the side, and then of course when you wash it, you feel fresh about wearing it. Even if people saw it yesterday, you feel better because you know it's clean. So I walked around with that fly sweater on, that sweater was looking good. I washed it, I dried it, and then I was getting ready to come to church. I'll never forget it. I was getting ready to come to church, I reached in, because you know where your favorite stuff is, it's always on top. So I reached in and got that sweater, and I was about to put it on, and I want you to know, this is my sweater. I didn't read the label. It said 100% extra fine wool. Made in China. So I called the people in China and told them to come get the sweater. No, so this is my sweater. Now, if your mind is not right, you'll think you need to lose weight. Some of y'all feel like, I got to lose and get back in it. Something's wrong with you. Sometimes you're not gaining weight, your clothes are shrinking. So I want you to see my sweater. This was my favorite sweater. But my favorite sweater couldn't take the heat. There are people that are dear to your life right now that can't take the heat. You have a lot of relationships right now that are not what they used to be. And my question tonight is, what causes you to shrink? When a crisis hits your life, when the heat comes on, are you still the same way? People say all the time, she's changing. Maybe she's not changing. She's just shrinking because the pressure of the heat, the pressure of being on top will mess some people up. You were friendlier before you got a job and you had extra money. But when you started an income, everybody started pulling at you. And sometimes some people just can't handle telling other people no. And so the pressure of being on top, the pressure that comes from being prosperous, some of you are going to witness this now. You're going to open some doors and you're going to open some mails, and there's going to be more coming to you. And the more people that find out about it, the more people are going to want to draw from you. And now you're having to decide if I say yes or if I say no. But the problem is when the heat is on you, when they start talking, when they start assuming things, when you start to hurt people, that adds heat to your life. This sweater was fine. I just didn't read the label.